What's up, guys? All right, I'm going to walk you through how exactly we do SEO for a pond company. So what I want to do in this video is I'm going to break this down as layman's terms as I can. SEO is probably one of the most confusing things to describe to somebody. So I will do my very best of explaining it the same way that I would describe it to my dad, who is 65 years old. So I'm going to do it for Premier Ponds, and I'm doing this because, fun fact, this was actually my dad's company back in the day. He sold it about a year and a half ago, but we've been doing SEO and website stuff and marketing stuff for him for some time, so we have a lot of data that I can back up everything that I'm going to talk about. So to real fast kind of break down how we do SEO or even what SEO is, SEO essentially is outfitting the website with the goal of trying to get it found near the top of Google for things that people are searching for. All right, so if somebody searches for, let's say they're actually in the DC area or anywhere and they're searching for Premier Ponds, hopefully this website pulls up. If they're searching for pond company near me, same thing. If they're searching for pond maintenance, same thing. Or even if they're searching for how much does it cost to build a pond, same thing. The more that people are searching for things related to ponds and this website turns up at the top of Google, the more likely it is that A, people are going to find the website, but also B, they're going to go ahead and move forward and actually turn into a lead. Okay, so I'm going to walk through exactly how we've done it with this website and with this company, because just kind of jump into some data. We were just writing basic blogs and articles and things like that, and over time we've gone from 1,700, 1,900, 1,800 people every single month coming to the website till now in May we had almost 32,000 people come to the website. These results right here are typical for us but atypical for most people because of just the sheer volume of people coming into the website. This approach that we have taken with Premier is the steady Eddie long-term approach. It's not like the get-rich-quick type of stuff. So everything I'm going to describe to you today is essentially just go in with the understanding of this is not going to happen overnight, but when we do the right things and the right things consistently, it will get you there, okay? So what we want to do when it comes to SEO is the first thing that we really want to focus on SEO-wise is understand what are people actually looking for. What are they really searching for in Google? So what we've done with Premier is we do a lot of research, and that's where a lot of this comes in, is we do a ton of research to figure out what are the terms that people are actually Googling online. Because once we know what they're looking for, great, let's make an article or a blog or something around that will focus on that term or that phrase, so then that way when somebody's searching for it, our website pops up. That is how SEO really works, because what Google wants is Google is really focused on keeping people on Google. And what I mean by that is they want to showcase the best brands and the best articles and the best everythings based on what somebody is searching for. So for example, if you're searching for, I don't know, sports, like some score, like score of the basketball game that happened last night, there's a very good chance that when you Google it, ESPN is going to pop up because Google knows ESPN helps with that. It's the same thing that we're doing here with Premier Ponds, where our goal was to make Premier Ponds the #1 educator when it comes to ponds in the world. All right, and I'm pretty sure the only company that I think has a stronger pond website that I know of than Premier Ponds is the actual manufacturer of all the pond equipment. All right, so that is how powerful this is. What we want to do is we want to do research on what people are searching for, and then from there, we're actually then writing articles around it. And not everything is directly related specifically to what Premier Ponds does. Okay, for example, Premier Ponds, they sell fish as part of when they build a pond, but they're not a fish retailer. However, people are searching up koi fish prices, all right? And if we write articles on that, Google now looks at Premier Ponds as even more of the authority and the really overarching big dog in the space. So now when we write something that's more related to a service that they provide, they are more likely to show up because Google is consistently seeing they're writing helpful articles that helps out the public and helps out what people are searching for. And because of that, they reward Premier Ponds when somebody in the area is searching for any pond service related to them. So the way that we've done it with them is we've done tons of blogs, tons of articles. This page has 6 articles on it, and there's 21 pages total. So that shows you the sheer volume of how many blogs and articles and things that we've written. And that's not even including the fact that there's a whole strategy when it comes to SEO that when you write these blogs and these articles, we then went back, and I believe we went back, I can't remember the exact date, but we went back and actually deleted a lot of the articles because we realized that as Google has updated their algorithm, there are certain blogs that now they weren't helping the website and they weren't even neutral. In fact, they were now hurting because they went against Google's guidelines of how to write these helpful articles. So we had to go back and either tweak them or delete them. So it's not just straight volume, it's also a lot of strategy that goes into it. Now the way that we write these is, let me just pull up water feature pricing, right? What we like to do is, and actually I think this is one that I wrote, like 8 years ago. And then we've just tweaked it over time to really push what Google likes, but we like to write helpful articles. So what does it cost? Great, let's talk about it. We've all been in a restaurant that has lobster on the menu with market price as the cost. Since we don't know the exact cost of lobster, most of us opt out of it. And now we're trying to like lead in a little bit with a story. All right, now what we talk about is once we kind of set the stage for prices all, let's be transparent about it and let's talk more about it. Well, now we actually want to walk through what these prices actually are. And all we're doing is we are just giving people exactly what they want. They search for this stuff. Now let's actually give it over to them. That is how this works, is we want to find the topics people are searching for and then just answer the question in layman's terms, but then factor in or flip it in where we're writing it in a way that Google likes the structure and the outline of it. And when we do that, that is when we actually have this huge increase over time of blogs going up and down, search traffic going up and down because we start to see there is seasonality with it. May is the most popular time for people to actually get, to do research on their ponds because it's springtime. But what we do is we really, really, really focus on educating the clientele. All right, so we do that by the research and then we actually write the articles. There's another aspect of it that it comes to the actual, when we build the website itself, we need to make sure the website is fast. All right, where there's a lot of technical things that happen on the website that we are signaling to Google, this is a great brand, a great website, a great blog, a great this, and when Google consistently sees that, they reward Premier Ponds for it. Now, the cool thing about all of this is they have so much traffic, Premier Ponds does, that like, just from a holistic business sense, they did 2.1 million last year. It would be a cold day in hell if they ever drop below $2 million a year again, because of how strong their marketing is, specifically how strong their Google presence is, because when they're that strong, they will always bring people into their website, and their website is set up to sell. All right, what you'll also notice on these blogs that we do is we do pictures and we link out to other pages. These are all best practices for Google. Google loves to see this stuff, so we like to appease Google, but in fact, it also helps out clients as well and prospects as well. So the blogs are a huge part of your SEO. The other thing with this is we've optimized their Google business listing. Now, their Google business listing is very, very important, and Google's been pushing it more and more and more. What we'll start to see is how many people are coming to the website. When they search for, pond company near me, the goal is to have this pop up on the side because it's way more impactful. This section in the middle where it talks about search performance for this query, you normally wouldn't see that. I'm just signed in under the same account, so that's why it's showing me that, but it would usually just pop up and you would see everything related to Premier Ponds, in the perfect world. Well, we've done enough of that where now it's consistently showing up where when somebody searches for anything pond related and they're in Maryland, there's a very good chance that this is going to pop up for Premier. And between the Google business listing and the blogs that are really focused on the right keywords and then the right structure in Google, that's when you have this crazy amount of traffic. And it's all because this is one more piece of software that we have. What we've seen is most everything that they want to be found for in Google, I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and we finally get down to the bottom of the page. The 100th keyword is finally now in the third spot on Google. They have 99 key phrases and keywords that they want to show up for in Google that they're either number 1 or number 2 in. That is how strong their website really is. So that's how we've done the SEO. It's really focusing on doing the right amount of research, understanding what people are looking for, and then writing articles around that, doing the right technical stuff on the website, making it fast, making the right structure, linking back and forth, doing all the things that Google loves as well, and then focusing on the Google business listing, which is going to be all about getting found in the local area of Google. A big part of that is we really push for Premier. Hey, get a lot of reviews. And they do a very good job with getting reviews. They post photos on here. I mean, it's all outfitted really well. So because of that, that is why they have this many people, 32,000 people coming in to their website last month. Then the website takes those people and turns them either into leads or it weeds them out because it showcases everything that, pricing process that some prospects love, some prospects don't love, and that's perfect because we want to essentially go after the ideal client every single time. And when we can do that, then Andrew, who handles the sales at Premier Ponds, he's only talking to the best types of prospects, and that's how the SEO is done. So if you like that on the SEO, we actually have a video that I'm going to link right here that talks all about the full marketing strategy that we do for pond companies, and we use Premier Ponds and actually my little brother's pond company as an example as well. Check it out now.